Hello, I'm Lawrence Chard. Welcome to our Chards Coin and Bullion Dealer YouTube channel. You won't know whether you like this or not yet, but if you like it later, put a thumbs up. If you don't, a thumbs down. And remember to subscribe, then you might win a sovereign on the next video. But that was the last video, you missed out on that. Subscribe anyway. Right, today we're going to talk about a buy-in that we did last week. Somebody left with us for us to check 60 gold sovereigns, which apparently he bought from us and they were all okay. But there's 100 half sovereigns that he didn't buy from us. I won't tell you who the name of the dealer that he tells us bought it from, but there is a story there. When we checked through them, 53 of the half sovereigns were either, were rejects. We'd either call them grade C, which is, well, in the old days we'd have probably scrapped them, but nowadays we sell them because people sometimes just like them for the gold and don't really care that they're damaged or very scratched. So our grade C is as near as reject as you can get without scrapping them. And there were also 3 fakes in there, which were very obvious. I shouldn't bother trying to show you these coins individually, what's wrong with them, but we have got some close-up stills of some of these, so we'll show you the typical sort of condition you get on some of them and why we wouldn't resell them as bullion. A couple are underweight. There were a couple that we actually put through an ultrasonic tank to recheck because they were a bit grubby, but they're still now grade Cs, and that's about it. But that's 100 half sovereigns. If the guy that bought them from us, he would have got all genuine coins and they would have been in reasonable bullion condition, not, to be honest, but garbage like this. And I don't have a lot of respect for any of our competitors that sell such garbage stuff to people and things that shouldn't be sold as bullion. But probably the more interesting bit today is the 3 fakes that were in there, and we'll let you have a look at them, and you can see. We'll also show you screenshots. And the first coin I've got is a 1911 London Mint half sovereign. It's George V, of course, because it's 1911. And a big clue on this is there is a stamp mark there, which I think is in Arabic. But my Arabic isn't good enough to be able to decipher it, and I have even tried Google Lens. That's the sort of mark that some Eastern sort of jewellers put on fake sovereigns and half sovereigns and other coins. It might be there if you like trademark or brand name. Sometimes you can actually see that it says something like 21 carat. And of course, sovereigns and half sovereigns are 22 carat. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on our. We already know it's a fake, and apart from the Arabic stamp mark on there, it is an obvious fake. You could tell without that. The coin just looks awful. Look at our photos, and you'll see. So it's on the Niton machine, and we've got a readout of this, on there, haven't we? Normally we just use this, but we've got this hooked up so you can see the reading here, and it looks nicer than that display. And we actually we have tested these previously. We didn't need to test them, we knew they were fake, but we always like to know how much or how little gold there is in there. And the first one, well, it works out at about 21 carat gold. So it's it's about 5% deficient. We're coming up to 60 seconds. We test for 60 seconds as standard. Some people only do 10, 20 or 30 seconds. And you can see there the gold content, 872 parts per thousand. 3 parts of potential error or tolerance there. Copper, 92 parts per thousand. Silver, 31 parts per thousand, which is a bit high. I'd only expect it to be 3 or 4 parts per thousand. and there's some cadmium in there, which is really nasty stuff. When you melt that off, it gives you carcinogenic fumes. So wherever it was made, didn't really care about health and safety. Should we click the details bit on that and see what we get? And that's a more exact list. And here you can see it's actually to 4 places in total, 4 digits, so it's to 2 decimal places, which is a little bit more accurate. You can see the cadmium there. There's some traces of nickel, which shouldn't be in there. It thinks it's detected some titanium, but it's coming out at 0. So there probably is either none of those or such tiny traces that we can ignore it. We could test the other side, but there's no point. The other side comes out very similar. So we'll move on to the next coin. Let's have a look at that. The next one we're going to show you is also 1911 London Mint. It looks almost exactly like the first one. Oh, we have to close that, and then we'll press this in again. This one is 1911 London Mint, but this has not got the Arabic stamp on it. But actually, when you look at them, they both look as if they were made in the same workshop or to the same sort of standards. And while we're testing it, you'll see it also comes out about 21 carat. You can see on here it's showing 21.23 carats. That'll change a little bit. I usually ignore the carat reading, and now I look at the millesimal reading. It's more interesting for me. I think the carat bit's just for jewellers to look at, because I don't think they can do millesimal and percentages. I might be wrong. So if they were sold as 21 carat, they're actually quite good. There's no gold plating showing on there, so sometimes you get a slightly higher apparent reading if there's gold plating. But that looks about right, 62nd. And you can see there 884 parts per thousand of gold, should be 916 or 917. Got copper, it's got silver. Actually, that's apart from the deficient gold content, that's quite good for the copper and silver. And there's no traces of cadmium there. Although, if we hit the details bit, what have I done with the fodder? The 4th line there shows some iron content. That's 7 parts per 10,000, so 0.07%. I thought that might have rounded up to 1 part per 1,000. So 0 for all the others. There shouldn't be any iron on there. It won't show up if we put a neodymium magnet on it, because there's so little that the magnetic force will be too low. Okay, that's enough for that one. Now, next one. Oh, this is probably the most interesting coin of the lot. And this is a very rare 1907 George V half sovereign. I'm hoping anybody reading this will go, hang on, that can't be right. That's an anachronism, because Edward VII's coins were made from 1902 to 1910. George V's coins were made from 1911 to 1936. So the date and the head mismatch, it's quite common, it's commoner than you think. And this one has got an Arabic stamp on that's quite similar to the first one that we showed. You can see it is actually slightly different, the font on it. And again, this is looking like about 21 carat, which is fairly consistent. The 3 are all fairly similar. I'd say the middle one not having any cadmium in means it might have been made at a different time from a different batch. The silver content is similar to the first one at 31 parts per 1,000, which is about 10 times higher than it should be. And the cadmium just shouldn't be there. So while we're just waiting for that to finish, almost anybody should be able to tell that those 3 coins are fakes. Certainly the 2 with the Arab stamp on, and then if you look and compare the other one that hasn't got the stamp on, it's horrible looking quality, it's low relief, it looks like it's weakly struck. It won't have been stuck with dies, it would have been cast. which is partly why it looks so soft. And also, if you look at them, you'll see all sorts of little lines on there, curved lines that might be flash lines from a mould or something else like that. It's hard to tell because we weren't there in the workshop when they were made, but they just look almost cartoonish. And if you looked at any genuine sovereigns or halves, you should be able to tell these are fakes. But our customer that sold these to us, and we have bought them from him now, bought them from a very well-known, high-profile UK bullion dealer. We're not going to name them because we've only got it on hearsay. I do completely believe the customer who we bought it from. We were quite positive about that. And he also advises us that he was going to take the matter up with his supplier. I think we've actually provided him with a report of our findings. It'll be interesting to hear what happens with that. I don't know how long ago he bought them, but that's some of the competition out there, and I'm quite happy to warn anybody and everybody that there are fakes out there, and they are fakes what a lot of people would presume were reputable and well-known bullion dealers. They're not all as good as us. There are people as good as us, but they're not all. I think that's it. You've already hit the thumbs up. You've subscribed. Is there anything else I can say on this lot? Probably not. So have a good day, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.